Hey guys, I made a macrame stocking. I cut 16 cords at 9 feet. I cut 8 cords at different lengths. I folded each of them in half, labeled them, and set them aside. Cut a piece of cord to hang the other cords. Take one of the 9-foot cords and fold it in half. Place it under the cord and bring the ends through the loop created, creating a cowhitch knot, also known as a reverse lark's head knot. Do this for all 16 cords that are 9 feet. Then take 4 cords from the end and make a square knot. To do this, make a number 4 with the left cord over the 2 middle cords and under the right. Bring the right cord through the loop created and pull it tight. Then make a backwards 4 with the right cord over the 2 middle cords and under the left. Bring the left cord through the loop created and pull it tight. Repeat this with the rest of the row. For the second row, take 2 cords from one square knot and 2 cords from the square knot next to it, and make a square knot. Do this for the rest of the row. This forms alternating square knots. I made 20 rows of this. On the 20th row, place the middle of the 58-inch cord under the 2 cords from the right and make a square knot. Then make a row of square knots. Add the 54-inch cord under the 2 cords from the right and make a square knot. Then make a row of square knots. Add a square knot to the right with the 50-inch cord. Followed by a row of square knots. Add a square knot to the right with the 46-inch cord. followed by a row of square knots. Add a square knot to the right with a 42-inch cord. Followed by a row of square knots. Add a square knot to the right with a 38-inch cord. Followed by a row of square knots. Add a square knot to the right with a 36-inch cord. Followed by a row of square knots. But this time, leave the last 4 cords on the left alone. Then add a square knot to the right with a 30-inch cord. Followed by a row of square knots. Leave the last 6 cords on the left alone. Next, starting from the right, make a row of square knots. But leave the last 8 cords alone. Make another row and leave the last 10 cords alone. Make another row and leave the last 12 cords alone. Make another row and leave the last 14 cords alone. Make another row and leave the last 16 cords alone. Make another row and leave the last 18 cords alone. Now skip the 4 cords from the right and make a row of square knots, but leave the last 20 cords on the left alone. Then skip 6 cords from the right and make another row of square knots, but leave 22 cords on the left alone. Skip 8 cords from the right and make a row of square knots, but leave the last 24 cords on the left alone. I ended up with 4 square knots for my last row. I'll probably end up making tassels or ornaments with the extra cord. Remove the top cord. I made another piece for the back of the stocking, but flipped the sides. Instead of adding to the right, I added to the left side. I left 10 inches of cord on the sides with a straight edge. Align the two pieces with the insides facing out. I tied a double knot with the two cords. Using a tapestry needle, I stitched the edge with one of the cords. When I ran out of cord, I cut one of the longer cords and knotted it. I continued stitching until I reached the bottom. I tucked the ends of the knotted part under a few cords and cut the extra cord. Then I made a double knot with each cord that aligned with the cord from the back piece. When I reached the straight edge, I used one of the cords from the last knot to stitch the left side. I ended up with 4 cords at the top. Tuck the end and cut the extra cord. I trimmed the cords at the bottom. Turn the stocking inside out. I paired the 4 cords and double knotted them. Tuck the ends under a few cords and cut the extra cord. With an extra cord, add a loop. I made a double knot and tucked in the ends. and here's how it turned out.